I can see the wind.
There are more people involved in flying kites than is generally known. And people are sometimes surprised to hear that the world of kiting is so big. In the United States last year, there were 15 million kites sold at an average price of about $15 a piece. Throughout the world, there are over 300 million people who are avid kite flyers, just once every 10 years, but they're serious. They really like it. There's over 350 well-organized kite festivals in the United States, and we have identified 32 of these in 16 nations as a starting point for the Children's Flying Circus. So we're going to continue to hold our International Kite Festival on South Beach, and that festival will become the anchor event for the Children's Flying Circus, which is a tour of kite festivals and other major festivals, not only kite festivals, but other major festivals around the world. However, what we do with that beach is a little different than what the typical special event does. The kite festival is clean, it's eco-friendly, it harms nothing, it's quiet, and it's pretty. And as a result, the business community along Ocean Drive really likes this event, and they help us a great deal. And of course, city government likes it too, for much the same reasons, and they're quite helpful also. So we kind of blend the magic, the traditional magic of Art Deco, South Beach, with something that's truly universal, multinational in character, multi-ethnic, of course, so appropriate for our community, and clean and friendly. We've had a lot of good responses from parents and children. Sometimes they just wander onto the scene, you know, they didn't hear about it or read about it, and they just happen to come to the beach that day and they go, wow, how long has this been going on? And that's kind of a common affliction of people who look at our show. They all have this big black hole under their nose, you know. But where we've reached out to the kids in the schools, the response has been phenomenal. We had over 5,000 kids come out, and most of them were there to compete in a kite contest with kites that they made themselves out of a newspaper. Of course, we have the Miami Herald. That's a requirement. You have to use the Miami Herald, and that's pretty good. The Herald likes it a little. I don't know why. And we had a lot of kids out there who made very, very unique kites that flew quite well. There was a kite in the shape of an ancient sailing ship, like an ancient Spanish galleon. It flew beautifully. I was amazed. I didn't think it would fly at all. And soccer balls and butterflies and shields and just all kinds of things. Kids can get really creative. Yeah, they love it. One of the things that I like best about kites, and we sometimes say the kite is a bit of Americana. You know, it's traditional in American culture that a parent and a child go out into the field on Saturday or Sunday in the afternoon and fly a kite together. And I think that scene has graced the covers of a lot of magazines here in our culture. So it's a bit of Americana. It does bring people together. People find they can play together in a new kind of way. As a matter of fact, we have a special little program here called Kids and Cops and Kites. And our purpose there is to do mentoring, bringing police officers together with kids. You know, too often, children are learning on the street from older kids that the police officer is their natural enemy. Okay, if he's got a blue uniform and he's got that badge on, then he's your enemy. We're trying to counteract that a little bit with Kids and Cops and Kites by bringing children and police officers together in a fun way to get to know one another. The kid gets to realize, hey, this is just a person. So in that way, kids lose that false image of the police officer as their enemy. And it gives the police officer a great ear to the ground, as it were, on a neighborhood level to find out what's going on. It's good for law enforcement that way. We get a variety of people at the Kite Festival. We get professionals and of all kinds. And I think what makes them interesting is who they are as people. Most of them are a little zany. I think in their work they're probably pretty sober people, but on the kite field, when it's time to fly kites, they get a little wacko, and they come dressed in crazy costumes. We have one fellow who's a general contractor from New Jersey. Very serious guy, runs a big business up there. But when he gets down here on South Beach, he puts on the costume of a wizard, and he's a pretty funny guy, and he flies some spectacular kites. Our show kite for this year is a big, big moon face on a round, three-dimensional kite. And of course, we call it Moon Over Miami. What else would you call it here? There's one section of our kite festival that we call Jurassic Place. And here we fly enormous inflatable kites. Air goes inside the kite to fill it out, almost like a balloon, but not quite. And these are made in the shape of sometimes prehistoric animals or imaginary animals, very brilliantly colored. And the kids are particularly crazy about that kind of thing. We have kites in the shape of Snoopy in his airplane. There's kites that represent ethnic symbols, and there are kites that are purely fine art, just gorgeous pieces of art. And there's pop art, and there's just an endless variety of kites. When you come to the festival, I don't care what direction you look in, you're looking up at something beautiful and different, and that's part of the magic of a kite festival. Little Acorns is a training program. Our mission, our purpose in the training is to strengthen families and strengthen kids. We don't really want kids to get taken advantage of. We want them to know the difference between friendship and manipulation. And we don't want parents giving up on their kids. We want them to feel like they have some sense of control. So we try to teach parenting skills, and we teach kids the things they need to know to succeed. The Kite Festival is an outgrowth of that work. It's a new way to help kids, and it's a new way to get people involved who can help the program by making contributions, who can perhaps get recognition for their contributions if it's a business, let's say, and they'd like recognition. That can be arranged at the festival. We can create big show kites with their name on it, their logo, the company name. This organization is nothing if it isn't people. It's people. It's people who've decided to help others. I have been blessed in that I've been privileged to meet, it seems, an unending stream of wonderful people, generous people, people who care a lot and who are willing to show it in ways that have meaning and impact. The German philosopher Goethe said, "Whatever you can do or dream you can do, begin it now, because boldness has genius, power, and magic in it. And once the decision has been made and action has been taken, then all manner of assistance that one could never have imagined will suddenly appear." And I find that Goethe was right. As soon as people hear that this is an opportunity for them to give of themselves, from their heart, from their wallet, from their back muscles, they say, yeah, I want to do this. I want to be part of it. And to me, that's the greatest gift life could have given me, was to look those people in the eyes as they say, yes, 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 I want to be part of this. It's wonderful. I'm a lucky guy.